You'd never done coke before?
No. And
it was a conscious choice, because obviously you've been exposed to it.
I've been exposed to it, and the way I look at all drugs, alcohol, any type of addiction, I don't, for me personally, believe in addictive personality. Everything is by choice.
Yeah.
You choose to continue doing the drug repeatedly. You choose to drink excessive amounts.
But doesn't there come a point when you've had so much in your system that it becomes harder to make the choice to let it go?
It becomes harder to make the choice to let it go, as well as it becomes harder to get the high, because your body becomes so immune to it.
So you need more.
You need more and more and more to get the buzz that you got the first time.
So at the point of your, before you, at your peak, I would say, at your drug peak, how much were you taking?
I was doing about 1/5 of Jack Daniels a day, about an 8-ball of Coke a night.
And what's an 8-ball of Coke?
8-ball of Coke, I believe, is more than a gram. It might be 2 grams. It's about a baggie, about that big, about that wide, full. Usually I would get it in rock form or crack cocaine, and then break it up and, you know, snort it.
Would you smoke it too?
Never smoked it. I never got that far. Never did anything intravenous. I have a fear of needles. You wouldn't know with the tattoos, but I have a fear of needles.
I was just going to say.
Yeah, I don't like the straight needle. I can deal with this tattoo, but it just got progressively worse. And, you know, between the alcohol and then doing so much cocaine, I would be up till 6, 7 in the morning. I would then take prescription pills such as Xanax or...
What does that do for you?
Xanax is a prescription drug for anti-anxiety, but the excessive amount I would take would put me straight to sleep. And I would finish it off with a shot of Jack Daniels to make sure I went to sleep.
And so you weren't afraid of, like, ODing?
I did OD twice that nobody knew about. First time that I OD'd, I was with my girlfriend at the time, and I drug her through the trenches as well. I got her to do coke with me. I didn't want to be on a different plane than her. I wanted her to be wherever I was in my head. And I got it from someone that wasn't a reliable source. I believed that it was laced with something else, probably speed. And the reaction I got was not the same reaction I got when I did coke normally from the people that I got it from, that I trusted. And went into convulsions, hard sweats, foaming at the mouth. My eyes rolled back in my head for about 10 seconds. It was just a horrible thing. And I wouldn't take myself to the hospital because I didn't want anyone to know that I was doing drugs. So I just stayed at home and dealt with it.
Because you're still performing regularly during this time.
And I didn't want anyone to know. The boys didn't really know. You know,
the boys didn't know?
They didn't know that I had been doing coke yet. They knew about the excessive drinking.
Because how did this show up in your work?
Lack of responsibility. A lot of flaking on the guys, not showing up for rehearsals. Vocally, my performance had gone straight down. I couldn't hang on stage as much. I was winded all the time. Bags under my eyes, lack of sleep, a lot of lack of sleep.
Were they ever trying to talk to you about it? Did they ever approach you about it?
Kevin approached me a couple times about it and said, you know, he kind of approached me and kind of asked me, he's like, dude, are you doing other things besides, you know, alcohol? And I actually came to him in a hotel room in New York one time, and I said, hey, do you want to do some, you know, blow with me? Do you want to do some coke with me? And he's like, no, I don't do that. And then that was the first time I think he really knew
that you were.
That I was.
Well, I guess so.
Yeah. I mean, you know,
yeah.
I kept it a secret for a pretty good amount of time.
Well, just last night, AJ returned to one of his old drinking hangouts, and our camera crew's with him. That's coming up next. But that's hard to do. Is it?
It is.
Yeah, we'll look at that when we come back. We'll be right back.